The Match Registry has a worldwide membership of 20.5 million donors, but 70% of people cannot find a related transplant, which is why it is so vital that people join the registry to become potential donors so that we can cure our patients. We are always happy when we find out someone has found a match, when they've made it to their first year anniversary, when they write us back and they send us pictures and they tell us their stories of how happy they are and the donors that have been able to provide another chance at life for these patients. But sometimes that's not always how the story ends. Despite the struggle, despite doing everything within your power to help and to be supportive, sometimes we do lose patients, and that's devastating for us and even more so for the patient family. I have Matt and Rae here with me, and their son, Arden, was a very special soul, and he was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and he recently lost his battle. And I truly appreciate you being here with us right now. Would you please share with us about Arden?
Sure. Arden, at age 3, was diagnosed with cancer, and he went through a first round of treatment, which was a 4-year time period, and we completed it, and then he stayed off treatment for 7 years. So he relapsed once. We went through treatment again, which was shorter duration, was about 2 years, 18 months, and he was off treatment for about another year and relapsed a second time. So his third round of treatment was really aggressive, and part of that aggressive treatment would be a bone marrow transplant. So we were in the searching phase, looking for matches, and before we found a good match, we lost him.
Can you share with me your experience about working with our Be the Match recruiters and doctors and team?
Sure. During the last part of Arden, or the third time Arden was treated for cancer, we were starting to look for matches, and I was starting to get educated on how you match alleles and how difficult it is to find a good match, if not a perfect match. And in the course of that, we started to have some drives. We did one at work, and we did one at University of Michigan, and one in my hometown, and some other local ones. And I just, some of them were already planned before we lost Arden, and we just continued to do that to honor him.
How did you get people involved in the cause of giving to Be the Match?
A lot of social media. We really pushed it, and up north, I know where Matt's from. We spend a lot of time there this summer. They had it broadcast in the news and the radio stations, and once Arden passed, I know it went through a lot of people's minds, so are they still going to hold it? And we wanted to get the word out there. Absolutely. Just because Arden's gone doesn't make it any less important. This could save the next little boy or girl.
A lot of good.
And that's what he would have wanted. And it's all about saving someone's life.
It's difficult to get people to donate, even to sign up. People have misconceptions on how you can join the registry.
Mm-hmm.
Like they think they have to be needle poked or give blood, which used to be a blood draw, but now it's easily a swab in your mouth. So you can get some of your close friends and coworkers and family to donate or to register fairly quickly. Getting a stranger to donate, it's a little more difficult. So if you can touch them with your own story, they're a little more inclined to donate. So.
Indeed, which is why I really appreciate you coming and sharing your story with me. Recently, we had a planning meeting for an upcoming event to support Michigan patients who are currently searching and are in need of a bone marrow transplant, the Michigan Marrow 5K Walk and Fun Run. And and Matt and Rae are some of our newest committee members, and they shared a beautiful story with me about how they commemorated the memory of Arden, and I was just wondering if you would share that with us.
Are you talking about our tattoos?
Yes.
So, Arden was cremated, and we obviously saved his ashes, but we took some of his ashes and put them into tattoo ink, and then had tattoos done on our leg. But the tattoos are actually some of Arden's drawings. He liked to doodle a lot, so we each picked our favorites, but a bunch of family members did the same thing. 13 of us, which was actually Arden's age when he passed, had tattoos.
There's a family and friends, a close friend of ours here locally. Yeah.
Would you like to see them?
Yes, we would love to see them.
These are his actual letters, his words, his pictures. And there's nothing changed about them, they're right. Just blown up a little bit. But it's all him. We wanted, the whole goal and idea was to make it look like he snuck in at night and drew in their legs and woke up to surprise. Even Grandma Bonnie got one. He's with us.
What would your advice be to other patient families?
Patient families waiting.
Patient families waiting, or who have also experienced loss?
I thought you might ask a hard question.
Well, for me, it seems like it's the end of the world, but in our case, just because of who Arden was, we have a lifetime of memories to live off of, and laughter, and it really isn't an option for us to curl up into a hole. That's not who he was about. That's not who we were about. And I'm surviving by living off of all the laughter and the love that he had for life, and that we have for each other.
Well, not long after we lost Arden, a friend of a friend was diagnosed, and she's pretty young, about the same age Arden was when he was diagnosed.
Yeah.
Same exact ALL. So we try to share with them what we learned. Be strong. You have to be a definite advocate for your child or for your patient. Be forthright with your doctors, but also sometimes you know how things feel, and push for what you need or want.
Yep. Ask questions. Keep it on a notepad. And be involved.
That's one of the big things we did is have a journal so that you knew when you went through treatment, hey, that the next 3 days are going to be rough.
Yep.
So the next time you go through that same round, because a lot of it's site-specific, that you'll know, well, we're not going to put a birthday party in those 3 days. We're going to move it to another week or something, so that you can still share all those
That allowed
special
us.
times.
That allowed us to live. We knew what was coming, so we knew when to plan. We weren't just guessing.
And I never really looked back, I guess, that much through the 10 years of treatment, but looking back now, I thought, geez, some of those were pretty hard days.
Yeah. I mean, there'd be stretches, when he relapsed in 2009, we were in the hospital for 91 days. And that was our home. That was it. If I wasn't there, I'd go home on the weekend and Matt would come up and stay. And that was our second home. And I know there are the people that question, oh, what's gonna hurt if I donate, or I might be a little bit sick. If you could be a fly on the wall of one of these patients, these children, and see what they endure, or be a parent, holding your child in the fetal position while they're getting a bone marrow aspiration. It's nothing in comparison with what they go through. Just the chance that you could give them the hope of living. It's important. Thank you so much, Matt and Rae.
If there's a message that you could give to other people who are thinking about joining Be the Match Registry, what would it be?
Do it right away.
Do
It's
it.
really easy. It's, 5 minutes of your time to fill out the paperwork and a couple minutes to do a swab and then you're in. I entered the bone marrow registry about 11 years ago when I started donating blood at work. And I've unfortunately never been contacted. But through a lot of the drives that we've had maybe close to 1,000 people join through our different drives.
Excellent.
And we've had 3 or 4 people contacted to be donors. None of them have actually panned out, but we're hoping
That hope's
to save some lives.
you know?
And that's what it's about, bringing hope and help to patients. Thank you so much, Matt and Rae. I
You're welcome.
really appreciate you.